What's going on, Creased fam? Welcome back for episode 50. Big 505050. Man, big 50 energy. This is the Creased podcast. My name is Casita. I'm here with my boy Trey Treasy. What's going down, Trey?
What's up, dog? Back again. Number 50, Big 50. Happy to be back. This is going to be a big episode. Got a lot of stuff. So, man, we made it, dog. We made it.
We made it, man. Almost to, considering there are a couple weeks that we took off here and there, I'd like to think this was our year-round episode, man. This is the one.
Yeah, it's like a good goal. This is like a good solid first 50 episodes. You know, it's a great starting point. A lot of stuff we were able to look back on and like make a lot better now. And so I hope y'all are really starting to enjoy the episodes and everything. And we hope y'all continue to subscribe.
Y'all
make sure you go subscribe on YouTube and follow on IG, Twitter, everywhere. You know what it is. So what's up, dog? You want to get into it?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. As always, start off with the L meter. Nothing too crazy this time around. Nothing like what's bumping on Trey's phone there. What we got is not much to mention, man. You know, we actually got more dubs than we got L's this week, surprisingly enough. I think they knew 50th episode was coming around. The only one that I could really mention would be the AJ Air Jordan 1 KO, the Chicago ones. They dropped on the 12th, which was a Monday. Wasn't able to get my hands on them. Kind of shocked by that, considering back in 2014, these things sat on the shelf, went on sale not once, but maybe twice over. I think you could have got them as low as like $1.14. Now they're a hot commodity. They're selling out left and right. Kind of hurt to see that one go. Missed my chance at 14, but who knows if they'll come back around. What about you? Anything else?
Big dub meter this week. I can't, going back, we talked about it last week, back-to-back L meters. I filled out a few more magic mushrooms and stuff that I didn't get, a few more random dunks that came up that I didn't get anywhere. But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't try for the Chicago's, those KOs. That wasn't anything I was looking forward to too much. But like you said, man, big dub meter this week. I was thoroughly shocked and very happy about that. I think you and me caught a dub that we'll get into in a little bit. That was about 10 minutes apart. That was just blessed.
Yeah, heavy blessed, man. Couldn't ask for anything better. Especially the way that we bigged it up. But let's get into what we do have right now. KOTD episode 50. What we got up, man? Go ahead and bless the pod, man. Bless the pod.
All right, dog. So we always talk about diversifying. We're going to diversify a little bit this time around. So some that are familiar already, like Casita already pointed out, I got something going on back here. We talked about these last week on the pod. Figured I'd bring these out. It's going to be the green question lows, green and white. Love this shoe, man. Had to pick it up. Got these actually off Bodega. They dropped the day before, Reebok.com. And I went on there and copped them. I got them an hour after they went on, and there was still a full-size run. So I'm sure you can still find them out there if you really wanted to, but y'all know how they go with question lows. They go pretty quick. So I don't expect these to stay around too long, but super stoked that I got these. Price tag is always amazing. And man, I'm just happy to add another. I got a pair of Reeboks for sure in my collection, and I'm happy to add another one. This is a very clean colorway that I plan on rocking this summer for sure. For sure.
Very big summer shoe. Man, we went on and on for episodes. They had the orange toes and the blue toes as well, like the patent leather blue toes. That's another one of those fire summer. I'm happy that you got the green Jordans too. I think green is a very, very hot color, man, and I know you're going to give that justice whenever it's time to bust those out, dog. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sure.
While we're staying on the low topic, and, we're staying on these summer shoes, I did just get in my summer shoe of the year. It's going to be the Air Jordan 11 lows. These are there's so much here. Let me bring these in. These are the Legend Low 11s. These dropped a couple weeks ago. Leather upper, patent leather toe, all white, icy blue outsole. You know what it is. Just had something that you have to cop. I think this Air Force Ones. These are kind of the epitome of summertime summertime vibes. Yeah, I didn't really diversify like you did, unfortunately, but this is something that I think is a prominent summer staple that I think you just must have. So I'm glad I put these up. Pretty easy cop considering what they are. Um, but this is what it is, man. So low action this week. Gotta stay low on the 5-0. So kick of the day.
When you get your dictionary out and you're flipping through, you see crispy. That's what's listed under there with that all white on it. That is that is a summer as crispy as it gets shoe. Love that. That's like pool wear. But as we mentioned, my favorite part about that shoe is the black sock liner. No doubt about it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Be rocking high top black socks all summer. What are y'all rocking? We want to know for episode 50. Please let us know. Post all your social media, Instagram. What else is social media? Twitter, Facebook. Use the hashtag CreasedPod. Hashtag CreasedPod. That way we can see it and we can feature you in the next episodes. We'd love to feature y'all. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and comment below what you like and let us know what you're rocking. So let's move on. We're going straight into it, diving head first. Episode 50, Creased Podcast. I cannot reiterate that enough. Fresh out the box. Former, what I consider her to be. I thought she was always Nike, but Breanna Stewart, man, she has officially signed. She inked a deal with Puma. Man, Puma's been stealing everybody. She set out to design. She set out to get her own model under the Puma line. She's going to be the first WNBA player to get their own signature model shoe since Candace Parker in 2010. As you know, Breanna Stewart led UConn to, what was it, not one, not two, not three national championships. She was the face. Yeah, man, it is. I think does she not have the most points in women's collegiate sports? She was a beast. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. WNBA is back. I mean, they've been pushing it hard. I've been seeing it a lot on social media that WNBA is big and back, and definitely ready to watch some WNBA basketball this year. Breanna Stewart signing this deal with Puma is huge. I think it's a great move for her. I watched an interview with her talking about how she wants a low top model, how she's looking forward to designing her own shoe and everything, and how to start the year she was planning on wearing the RS Dreamer, especially with J. Cole doing his little debut overseas and everything. So that's really cool. That's super hard. Yeah, for sure. But Breanna is, like you said, she's top couple in the league, multiple titles. She plays with Sue Bird. Yeah, Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Like that team is super stacked, if I'm not mistaken. And looking forward to seeing her get her own model and everything, and looking forward to seeing what it looks like, all her new gear and stuff. So she's going to be decked out, and she's going to definitely be one of the faces, I think, of not only the brand, for sure the brand, but I think of the WNBA for a decade plus. You know what I'm saying? She's that good. And I know she's had a little bit of health injury scares and stuff like that, but barring injury, she's by far going to be around for a decade plus, no doubt.
Now, we know that she was secretly signed to Nike. There was no question about that. And I believe that if anything, she was probably underneath that of the Kobe line. A lot of women respected Kobe, and they respected what he did for the game as well. Man, like where do you see Nike moving? Like, if you had to pick maybe 3 more women in the WNBA to get their own signature shoe, and whatever brand they're signed with currently, who would you see fit?
That's tough. I'm gonna tell you why that's really tough is because I'm not 100% sure of who's signed to what already. But if I'm just picking 3 premium athletes, I know they already got Taurasi. Diana Taurasi is, I mean, to me, she's the face of women's basketball. And we grew up in Houston watching Houston Comets and everything. So, to say that, maybe that's just an our era thing. But Diana Taurasi would definitely be up there.
Say like Asia Wilson, Skylar Diggins.
Right.
It's got and Sabrina Inikowski. She played at Oregon.
Ionescu,
I
yeah.
honestly, yeah, excuse me, yeah, hey, bro, she's hard too, bro. And I think
She's
if
dumb
I,
hard
yeah,
for
no,
sure.
if I'm not mistaken, I think they even Diana Taurasi, they all followed under certain Kobe Bean Bryant. So
No doubt.
it kind of hurts to see like Nike losing that pool nowadays with a lot of signature athletes and see Puma come up. They got LaMelo Ball. They signed DeMarcus Cousins not too long ago either. But
For sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm okay with it. Like it doesn't irk me to see Nike losing a little bit of power, right? Like it's very cool that they get to have the Olympic Dream Team roster every single season. That's super tight of them. But I don't mind teams like Puma coming out of the woodwork and like not only signing athletes, but putting out shoes that athletes are willing to wear in game and off court and stuff like that. So, I think Puma getting with like J. Cole and stuff has really made it risen to another level with the athletes as well. But yeah, going out and signing all these young athletes, like you mentioned, LaMelo Ball, Kyle Kuzma last year and stuff like that. Like those are not only basketball players, but they're trendy guys that you're going to see all over the news in your gear all the time. So, yeah, Puma's making huge strides, and signing Breanna Stewart is another huge notch in the belt because, like I said, she ain't going nowhere, and when she does, it's probably going to be the Hall of Fame.
absolutely, she's a great role model for those who are following in hoop dreams. So shout out Brianna, shout out Puma. Wow, can I believe I said that? Shout out Puma for signing a really great basketball player. What we got up next, my man?
All right, dog. So we're gonna jump into it. We haven't gotten into like a full segment of this in a minute, but we got three huge ones that we really have to break down right now.
It's impossible to
So
keep up with this nowadays, man. They just
it
dropped.
really is. I mean, literally, like I don't even know what's real no more. But these three, we got you. The Year of the Dunk Part 2. This is a Nike Dunk update for this week, episode 50 of the Creased podcast. The first we're going to talk about what the P Rod. So we've been seeing him drop these off in hand. I saw him drop one off to Lil Wayne, and a bunch of different people were getting theirs hand delivered to their from P Rod. So that's super dope. But the notorious skateboarder is obviously dropping his what the pair. I think they mentioned it has up to like 13 different shoes on there, something like that, constructed into this model. I think my favorite is the Mexican blanket on the right toe, bro. That is
That's
so hard, bro. It's so dumb hard. But
that's the
yeah, I mean, super duper hard. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. I never had a pair of P Rods back in my day or anything like that. But I have full respect for all the stuff he put out, and I watched his sneakers live with Sal Masakela last week, and
same.
he definitely has some heat that I may or may not have looked on eBay for afterwards.
Gotta keep that open eye, man. Always gotta keep that open eye. Yeah, what P Rod did for not only just Nike skateboarding, but what he did for the sport of skateboarding altogether was just of course he was huge. He started professionally skateboarding at the age of 15. He started back at Slam City in 2000, and he just worked his way up the ranks from there. And of course, like you said, this shoe is his career all put into one. So it's really, it's more of that of a trophy than it is really something where you just rock it. Like comparing this to the original What the Dunk SB Dunk. Of course, I personally don't think it's going to hold as much weight because P Rods, the signature line of P Rods were literally designed for those who do skateboard. They weren't exactly sought after as much as that of the SB Dunk, where it could have been used on two different platforms with like fashion and or skateboarding. Um, but it's a great accolade to have, and the fact that Nike's recognizing some of their top athletes. I think they mentioned that he's one of the top 10 non-athletes to have more than 10 shoes, if that's correct.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, he was like one of like a couple that had over 10. I think he
that
was
had
like one of like
over 10. That's correct. Yeah.
yeah, he was like one of like 4 or 5. I think that they mentioned it was like KD, Michael,
LeBron.
LeBron, Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might have added like Russell in there or something like that. But yeah, I think that was it. But I mean, I mean, it was incredible. That whole piece that they did on sneakers was great. It's great seeing Sal Masakela. I hadn't seen that guy in a hot minute. I don't think.
Oh man.
Dang, I know that guy for sure. Like, shout out 2010, waking up to X Games on my TV and seeing Sal Masakela. But
Fire times.
but yeah, man, shout out to P-Rod. The P Rod is super hard. That's on the 21st. So man, go 24th. I mean, yeah, go hound your local skate shops and see what you can do. But best of luck, my man, because I want these two. And there's, I mean, slim chances on this one.
Oh man, you never know what the sneaker guys have in store for you. Just like First Avenue's Prince themed SB Dunk that's set to drop. No current release date, but you know we're getting first images here as well as all black with the black accents. I think the thing that really sets this shoe off is going to be the stars on the toe box. I mean, what other better way to honor one of the most praised and prized musicians of all time? They said it all black with the purple laces, to help signify the purple rain. I think the brick layout is also like, inching away at the cover of Purple Rain as well. If you've ever seen it, it does have a nice brick background on there as well. So, man, there's so much thought and detail that goes into stuff like this, and it's really cool to pull this off. I don't think this is the best, honestly. Personally, I just don't see it being the. Let me hate, bro. Let me hate in peace. Let me hate in peace. I don't think Prince would want this. I don't think Prince would want this, honestly. This could have been executed better. It's just it's so cool that people can come out with different themes for different shoes, and not everything is always gonna be a hit. Some things are gonna flop, and I think this is one of those things that flop. This would be a great tool to use to trade in for something else that you probably want, but I don't see this. I don't see this being hot, bro. Like you would have to sell it to me with the packaging, whatever the packaging is, to go along with this. Like the box got to be fired, the delivery got to be fired, everything else got to be fired to make this shoe hot. But I don't think this shoe is primarily just fire off first look.
No, your opinion flopped. That's a no.
I don't like it.
No, First Avenue is a danceteria in Minneapolis, and they help start up a ton of artists such as Prince. That's where the collaboration comes from. But nah, dog, these are dumb hard. You are very much incorrect on this one, out of opinion based everything. But man, no, I just really like them. I enjoy the all black look with the purple, the popping purple everywhere. The brick on the back looks cool to me. I do think it's cool on the insole, the right insole. You get two tickets like to a Prince concert. That's on the inside of the insole. You do have to pull the insole out to see it because it's down towards like the ball of your foot towards the front. But yeah, man, I like them a lot. I think they're cool. I'll be looking forward to them if we ever see a date on these. When I first saw the pictures, I was like, man, these are it right here. These are hard. So I don't know. I think they did a good job, and I do like to see Nike collaborate with non just like stores and stuff. So I do think that's cool that they got with like a danceteria type of situation. I think that's a cool out of the box type of thing, and they can move on to the Creased podcast collaboration. But into our last dunk update of the day, Undefeated. So Undefeated got a nice little collab coming along with, again, these are just first official images, no release date on these yet either. But Undefeated has signed a deal to get a car in the Indy 500. They're going to have branding on the number 7 car, if I'm not mistaken. And with that comes the owner has decided to make a Dunk Low that is planned to release apparently. So these are a very interesting looking shoe. You get a houndstooth pattern towards the front. These are based on 2006 Air Force One Inside Out program, the Canteen colorway. So these are pretty cool. I think they kind of went for like a quality look on these, like a much more like a upper scale look in my opinion. Got like some yellow hints throughout it and whatnot. What do you think about these?
I think it's always cool whenever you can tap back into like the older model. Now, again, these were based off of the Air Force One. I think I've read on the blogs where they plan on doing an Air Force One versus Dunk type of
Mhm.
project where they're going to be releasing Air Force One colorways on Dunks and vice versa, Dunk colorways on Air Force Ones. That way, they can mix match them. I think this is all coming from Undefeated. So I think that's going to be cool. Yep, Lazar, of course. I mean, after a week that Undefeated had, I think it only constitutes to that. So shout out to the Indy 500. Shout out to Undefeated getting in the Indy 500. That is a great feat. Some of the biggest sponsors are only honored on to be even featured on a vehicle on the side panel of a car. So it's really cool that a streetwear brand like Undefeated is able to acquire such a great feat. So this is pretty awesome. As for the shoes themselves, I think the shoes look great. I'm gonna be honest. I think they look better as Dunks than they did as Air Force Ones. Um, yeah, surprisingly enough, there's sometimes where you just don't do that. You don't move, just re-release the shoe, which would be better for some people. But I think they executed this pretty well. I can't help but think that houndstooth kind of looks like carbon fiber to me, or if not carbon fiber, but it kind of looks like what does the Ninja Turtles come out of? What's that little thing on the ground? The
Sewer
storm drain. The storm drain.
drain, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it kind of looks like the gridded pattern on a storm drain. So yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of. When I think of houndstooth, I think of bigger teeth, but if that's what they call it, then so be it. But excellent execution. That was great. Way better than that First Avenue Prince dunk. Uh,
That's dope to
so
hear that ways though. Like I think if that's the case, then like we got some dunk because there was so many Air Force One colorways that there's some dunks that could be coming down the line that could be.
that can be
Ooh-wee.
hot. That can be hot.
Ooh-wee.
I can picture some right now. But
Yes.
again, shout out Undefeated. Again, with Undefeated comes one of their biggest releases of last week was the Hall of Fame Kobe Fives. Man, super blessed to have a pair, man. Wow, what an honor. I think there were a lot more dubs than there were L's for most people. Um, you know, long story short, Trey hit me up. He let me know that he got them. I checked my email. I got them too. Of course, you got to close that purchase ASAP as soon as
Yeah.
possible. So,
ASAP.
just as big as we bigged up those shoes the week before, and then everything that led up to the weekend of what is the Mamba Hall of Fame tribute, as well as other notables, Kevin Garnett, Rudy T, and then Tim Duncan, of course. So, but just the way that we bigged up the shoe, and then knowing that we'll have a piece of history with Kobe Bryant to commemorate, him getting into the Hall of Fame. I think that was really, really cool. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, shout out Undefeated again. They really paved the way for that. I think Vanessa Bryant was also behind this in some way because she wanted everybody to have a pair of Kobe's. I think a lot of people, are just dogging her online about her speech, and I don't think that's fair. There's not only so much you can say about your deceased husband and how great of a person he was. I'm sure she gets, it's hard. It can only be so hard to talk about somebody as great as Kobe Bryant who's no longer here with us.
Like
So
on his behalf too. Like it was his award and she's trying to accept it for him, bro. And it just like trying to accept something for someone even if they're not there, and then the fact that he's deceased and she already explained everything at the funeral and everything, bro. Yeah, I very much feel like it's not fair to give her any to
any
dog her
grief.
out and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
all for what happened. I think she was eloquent as could be in the situation and everything. And everybody's had their piece on him, and it was a great night regardless. Seeing his daughters in his jacket is, I mean, that's as good as it gets, bro, for what the situation is at this point. I saw the oldest daughter flew back for her prom the next day, and she got to go through the whole experience. And like just thinking about doing those 2 days in a row is just like as a teenager is a lot. There's a lot to go through in a 48-hour span. So big props to the whole the Mamba family. And yeah, but we did get a light of another model over the weekend as well. The Kobe 6 Mamba Forever was introduced. It'll be a Kobe 6 model. It's a primarily black and white model throughout the entire shoe. You got gold detailing throughout the back. On the back, you do get Kobe's name and Gigi's name with the Mamba logo on the back. I mean, it is as cool as it gets. It is, I mean, it's everything you could wish for in a Mamba Forever shoe, I think. I personally love the colorway just because of how simple but eloquent it is with the gold on it. But yeah, you have any thoughts on the shoe or anything like that, the ceremony?
I think it's a cool shoe, dude. Yeah, there's what else is there to really say about it? Hey, taking it at face value. You don't get something like that all the time. Of course, it's to honor, the two legends that passed for us at a very early demise. So, again, anytime I can say it, rest in peace, Kobe, rest in peace, Gigi. And I think the shoe is going to do them justice. I hope that this is not one of the last two colorways. Of course, we talk about it all the time, the pop colorway or the white Del Sols. Those are still rumored to drop. Even if this is the last colorway, if this Mamba Forever colorway is wanted to be one of the last, I think this is the biggest way to go out in a bang. And I hope everything of the shoe closes out the greatest chapter of sportwear sneaker history.
That's big. Yeah, that's a great line. Yeah, shout out to the whole Mamba family. Shout out to our guy Farhan. I know he's watching this. Our guy Frankie that was on the episode or a couple,
episode 24.
Yeah, he's episode 24. He's the biggest Kobe fan in the world. So yeah, man, it was a great ceremony. Very, very proud of everybody. And on behalf of Kobe, but a Rudy T line, you can never underestimate the heart of a champion. That's Kobe Bryant through and through, although it did come from Rudy T. So big shout out to everybody that was inducted this week. We do have some big ones next year already. We'll name them real quick as we finish this out. But next year's inductees do include Chris Webber, a guy that we has some shoes in the past, Ben Wallace, Paul Pierce, Chris Bosch, and head coach Rick Adelman. Interesting. Possibly getting in the Hall of Fame next year, inductions next year. So looking forward to that one already. So we'll keep you locked in for the Mamba Forever Kobe 6, and make sure you stay tuned to all the future episodes of the Creased podcast.
Yes, sir.
Here. So my man, order confirmed. Everything that was last week.
Man.
First things first. I love to start. We talked about some New Balance last week, but here's another one. New Balance 991 and Italian brand SlamJam. SlamJam does a lot of releases. I do put in for some of their, even with their wild shipping from Italy, I do put in for some of their overseas releases and stuff. But on the 13th for $250, they did have a collaboration with New Balance on 991. It's a primarily black and white upper with some white panels throughout, primarily on the back of the shoe. But bro, I saw this and I was like, my one colors that I have trouble like deciphering. The only colors I have trouble deciphering are black and navy sometimes.
I believe it.
Once I confirmed that this was black and gray and not navy like most of the New Balances, I was like, oh man, all in on this one. So so nasty.
Black sold it for you, huh?
Yeah, no doubt. They're gone. I already looked, but I mean, on the 13th for $250, everybody was looking for the SlamJam 991s, and rightfully so. That's a super hard shoe. I mean, it looks so comfortable. The 991 is such a sleek model that it's just so wearable. But yeah, I wish I came up on those, and I'll be unfortunately looking at resale for those.
Yeah, man. No, big dad energy on the 991s for sure. SlamJam, like you said, Italian bread. Do they have is it them that has a comic? I think they have a comic book, or they've just been featured in comic books. But of course, they're also known, they did a couple collaborations with Jordan in the back on the Jordan 6. They've been around for quite a bit of time, and this collaboration on this 991 is not fall short of great. It's just one of those, can I even say sleeper? You can't say sleeper if it's sold out, but it's just one of those things where, if and instead of going for Yeah, let's talk about it. The Jordan 1 Shadow 2.0. If you're not going for
Ooh.
something like that over the weekend, then you're literally aiming for this, and this is what you want. So, nobody's cooking over here for, these 991s, so it's one of those, if you buy it and you rock it immediately once you get it. So, shout out SlamJam fam. And I say that 3 times fast. Again, released on the 13th for $250. Great looking shoe, handsome as hell. Let's move on into the Air Jordan 1 2.0s or the reverse shadows. Um, released on the 15th for $170. As you know, if you have a pair of original shadows, it is the reverse colorway. What's up?
I'm saying those are gone.
No. Yeah, they're long gone. Don't even try. Resale's not that bad actually, if you consider what the retail price was. But these were met with gray panels on the outside. Excuse me, gray overlays on the outside and black paneling as opposed to the 1.0, which was reverse of that. With the gray panels, they also had suede buildup. So, it does have a nice little velvet touch to it as well. Um, this shoe in particular, if I had to choose between, of course, it's always going to be 1.0 over 2.0, as most people would say. Man, I think this was kind of like a big reach. If they just released the shadows again, I would have been more happy. But I still believe the 2017 shadows probably some of the best leather that you're going to get on a Jordan 1 in just like the past 10 years, honestly. This is probably one of the best retail leathers that you're going to get on an Air Jordan 1, aside shattered backboard, of course. But as for this shoe, I'm not sad that I didn't get it. Did I try? Of course. I didn't hit because, people out here cooking. So I didn't, I just wasn't able to get them. So what about you? How'd you like these?
No, I'm not really with these too much. I'm usually not one that's too far against like using the same colorway just in a different format on the same shoe. Usually I'm cool with that, but this time around it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't match as well for me. So no, it wasn't even something I tried for. It wasn't even, like you said, resale wasn't there. I wasn't looking for a flippable on this one or nothing like that. So it was what it was on the 15th for 170. If you liked them and you got them, I know sneaker Twitter was pretty happy with all the W's that morning. It didn't feel like one of those ones that everybody was like overly upset with all their L's that morning or anything like that. But
those are those people who are like, oh, I didn't even want these. I went for these and I didn't even want them.
I think more people were upset like that it drawed, and then after the draw they didn't get their L, so everybody was all upset about not getting their L, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry you didn't get your L, but
sneaker Twitter never happy, bro.
Yeah,
sneaker Twitter never happy. Last but not least, let's mention the shoe that dropped today for $100 is the Dunk Low Photon Dust in the women's sizes, man. These women, dog, I swear they are always coming up. They come up on these great colorways. Of course, this is just a almost like vast gray, but a tad bit lighter. Not exactly like medium gray, but it's just like a super ultra light gray. Think of like neutral gray, if that's fair to say. These dropped today again for $100. Gray overlays, white paneling. I love this color blocking, by the way. This is the best color blocking that you can ever do on a dunk right now, in my personal opinion. And the women are definitely winning with this colorway. Neutral colors, great year round. Beat them up, get some more, and do it again. Like this is just it's perfect. These shoes go with everything. They look great. Monochromatic outfits, denim on denim, whatever you want to do with it. I think they just look great.
Yes, agreed. No, this shoe is fantastic. It's going to look great beat up. Photon Dust is a sick name for a shoe, and yeah, man, it is what it is. I think the women this is going to be gone. This is not going to come in a 13 women or 13 and a half women. So you and me are out the game on this one, but yeah, congrats to everybody that come up today, especially if you came up today and you're watching the Creased episode today. That's big stuff, and we really appreciate that. So you got one more coming up. The women have one more. I think this one's a dunk high. Maybe it's not dunk high, but
That's
the barely green. Is it low? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
a
on
low.
the 20, fairly green. This one's got a little bit more pop to it, but we'll bring that one up on a future episode. That's going to be it for order confirmed. That's everything that dropped this past week.
That is correct. And next up, we have tracking order, everything that's going to come from today and on out. We're going to start off with none other than Yeezy. He's he's been a returning character on our podcast for so many episodes. This one in particular is the Yeezy Quantum Flaora, or as other people are calling the Flash Orange. These are set to drop on the 22nd for $250. If you have not seen the Quantum by now, you're definitely living under a rock. This does not look like a basketball shoe whatsoever, but is designed to be a basketball shoe. This time around, it has a nice bright orange hue with it, with some earth tones as well incorporated on the top.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I mean
say
the sole is the only real difference between the two models. But yeah,
I'm gonna say it.
yeah.
I like this. I actually like these, man. I'm not gonna enter more than one raffle. That's it though.
Okay.
All right. But I like these. I think these actually are a go. These are hard. These look really good. I think the orange is what sets it off, dog. The orange is killer. I think orange is just like such a strong, prominent color. It looks good on the shoe. So if I miss it, I miss it. And I'm okay with that. I can do another day. I've taken plenty of L's. As y'all seen for the past 50 episodes, I've taken plenty of L's. And I do not mind adding this one to my list. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and I think this is a nice shoe.
No, for sure. I think you're right. I think this is yeah, I think you're right. I think this is for sure my favorite colorway on this shoe, no doubt about it. But yeah, I would like this colorway on other models too. I think I've seen similar type of colorways on other models, but I do like how this one hits. This is not a shoe I can wear like very often. I feel like this is not like, I don't know, it's just a model for me.
Trey, you don't give yourself enough credit, man. Give yourself some credit. You can kill this one.
I'm just gonna come out there with the black tee, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, or my core mode shirt later this summer. But this is gonna be an interesting shoe on the 22nd. I don't think I might also just put in for one. Just I would love to unbox these shoes and see what's up on them, and it wouldn't hurt my soul to come up on these, like you were saying. Like this is a cool looking shoe. I'm not hating on it. Like I said, it's just not something I'd wear every day. Price tag's a little hefty for something I'm not trying to wear too often, but
facts.
But it is what it is. So yeah, I give Yeezy a little bit of credit on that one, and they got some other wild stuff coming up. So compared to some of the stuff they got coming up, this one's just fine.
I'm waiting for those yellow foam runners. That's what I'm really waiting for.
Yeah. I mean, any foam runner, any quad, I don't care what color it is. I need some of that for sure. All right, let's get it. The next one is going to be Jordan 7. This one's listed as a BCFC, but I think it's going to be more of our PSG of 2021 for the Jordan 7 this year. This one's going to be almost like an Olympic type of colorway, but you're going to get the, like, I call it like a light version of the Jordan 7 because the panels have, you know what I'm saying? Is it
True
like
Flights? True Flights?
Yeah, I was trying to come on nice with this one, but you know what I'm saying? This one's going to get a lot of hate. And, you know, this is one I would expect to sit in the stores and whatnot. This is not too hot for me. It's got a little bit of splatter on it and whatnot. But do you have any care for this BCFC Jordan 7?
Can't say I do, my man. I really can't say I do. I think the part that kills me is not because the 7, the way it's designed is the ankle is exposed. You know, the ankle collar is exposed, but they have like a translucent panel. And that's not riding with your boy. I'm definitely not taking that. Now, man, PSG models are hit or miss. You know, PSG 5s flew off the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Those ones. But the PSG 1s, as big as ones have been in the past, 20 years, even those sat. And like, I don't see this 7 taking off any further than the pictures that they've shown online. So honestly, I'm going to consider this an L for Jordan Brand for uh, session one of the summer drops. They can definitely come back a little bit harder, but these are going to be at your local outlets really soon. I would not pull the trigger for $215 on the 22nd. Just give it a little bit of time, and you'll be able to cop them at your leisure.
Yeah, they might be hard like overseas or something, but
Yeah,
I don't see them.
if I'm not in Paris rocking these, you know what I'm saying? Like I can understand that, but these are really not that hot, and it just hurts to say because I think we mentioned even last episode how we wanted sevens to come back, and
Yes.
next year the sevens are supposed to be the ones that are in line for the 30th anniversary. So this is not a great start to that at all. This is not
Bad start.
yes. Very bad start, rough start. JB, back to the drawing board. Give us Olympic sevens. Give us Cardinal sevens. Give us human highlight sevens. That's what we want.
Bordeaux's where we at? Something like that, man.
They dropped Bordeaux's in 2015. If you didn't get those then, you were not ready for them.
I didn't, and I need them now. 6 years later, I need them right now. I don't give a damn. But most you named one, huh?
I said you just weren't ready. You weren't ready for the Bordeaux's.
Sure, okay. I just need Cardinals. I can honestly give a shit less about Bordeaux's if they bring the Cardinal sevens back. But moving into our last one of the day, Air Max 1 and CLOT, second time around. The child version. This is going to be a darker Air Max 1. This got like dark brown panels, a little bit like darker tan panels throughout the entire upper. It's got like a burgundy, dark red on the swoosh and everything. So I like this pair a little bit more than I like the re-release. I think on the most recent CLOTs.
No, you don't.
You
don't like.
Yeah,
that.
I think I do. Compared to like the bright ass orange, no, I think I'm gonna go with this darker color scheme.
You don't.
I think I do. But I mean, they're pretty hard. They come out on the 21st for $150. Tell me why you like these.
I do like them, but I don't like them more than the Kiss of Death. The Kiss of Death is still gonna trump this well over. These are great. These are great second place shoe, and it's not even to put them in quote unquote second place, but it's just the one that comes after the Kiss of Death. I still think the Kiss of Death is going to be that one just an inch better, but this is a great execution. I love the chocolate kind of tones to it. Like you said, the deep burgundies. This is very fall time-ish shoe, like Thanksgiving dinner type shoe. Like these are fresh for that. But I'm not gonna place these over the Kiss of Death. I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna try on the 21st, but these are not over the Kiss of Death.
You just like being loud. You're just a hype beast. That's all.
Yeah, that's me, guys. Hype beast. Hype beast. See the Tinker Blackfield.
That's him with his loud ass orange shoes.
Woo! Golly, you like them too, bit? What? All right, man. Look, this has been episode 50 of the Creased podcast. If you made it to this portion of the video, that means that we love you. We appreciate you. We can't do this without you. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment, and share whatever you can on social media. Put this in the faces of new people and let them know what they're missing. This is the #1 podcast of sneakers all over the internet. Tell your mama, tell your friends, and tell your friends of your mamas and everybody else that you know. Trey, you got anything for the people?
You wrapped it up.
That's all right, man. All right, man. And like always, ain't no half stepping around here. We'll catch y'all for episode 5-1 in due time, and we'll catch y'all.
Peace.